Hello, beautiful people. How is everyone doing today? I pray that you're having a blessed and beautiful day. It's Astute Queen Bee. Welcome to Astute Queen Bee's Thoughts. I am Astute Queen Bee, and I am going over controlling anxiety. A lot of us go deal with depression and anxiety, and I just figured I would go through this book because some people may not even realize that they're dealing with anxiety. Because since Cousin 19, a lot of people have lost their scruples. And I'm not blaming Cousin 19 on anything, but some people are doing the most. Also, before I forget, thank you to everyone that has checked on me. I appreciate that. I feel a little better. Been up a little too early, but hey, God gonna work the way He want to work. But let me go over a couple of symptoms for depression and see if these make sure if you meet these criteria. If you do, I advise you to go seek counsel. Not counsel, excuse me. Child, you got me thinking about lawyers again. Seek assistance. And again, I forgot. I'm a Stu Queen Bee. Please hit the like button when you come in my door. That's like ringing my doorbell and it lets me know that you came through. I would truly appreciate it. Leave a comment down below. Let me know how you're feeling, what you think, and what's going on with you. And for all my subscribers, please drop some crowns in the chat. I would truly appreciate it. Do that for yourself because we all need some self love and self care right now, or we lose it all. Now, let me go over some symptoms. Physical symptoms of dealing with social phobias. Some people experience physical manifested symptoms when facing with an uncomfortable situation when they feel anxious or embarrassed. You could you can demonstrate such signs if you are dealing with social phobia and can include the following: a heightened heart rate, excessive sweating, flushed cheeks when you are suddenly feeling that heat rise in your face and your dread of noticing it. Nauseous feeling, nauseous and feeling as though you are going to vomit, and even sudden diarrhea that cropped up. Ugh. Your muscles start to tense and you experience stomach cramps. You feel as though you cannot breathe. Your mind suddenly goes blank. And these are physical symptoms of dealing with social phobias. So there are so many different types of depression and anxiety we have to deal with. So I felt I would share a couple with you, ladies and gentlemen, and see what you think. But sometimes, again, we may have something that don't even know we have it. Okay, everyday situations you will try to avoid because of your social anxiety disorder. You will try to avoid social gatherings and shy away from parties or other social gatherings when you are feeling vulnerable and timid. True. You dread making an entrance to a place where the others have already gathered as you fear your entry will be evident since everyone else is probably already seated. That's a real one. You avoid making contact when talking to people, or in general avoiding eye contact or looking away too soon. You feel awkward going on dates because you are tense and cannot relax. You dislike having to you like having to engage in conversations and try to avoid such situations. You feel nervous eating in front of other people and tend to feel very self conscious and clumsy. You dread having to take back a purchase you needed to return because you then must deal with explanations. You try to avoid having to deal with strangers as much as possible. What are the causes of social phobia? Like many mental health disorders, environmental factors mainly cause social phobias. Genetics play a vital role among some people who seem to have inherited the condition with a family history of mental health disorder. Hmm. Children with overprotective and controlling parents, or those who observe similar anxiety behaviors in their partners or caregivers, are most likely to develop the condition. Because there is suspicion that social anxiety disorder, in which are a person's personality or characteristics, are a type of disorder that someone can pick up by emulating others. Social phobias are some of the more manageable mental health disorders to overcome and are highly responsive to methods I will introduce in the upcoming chapter. Substance-induced anxiety disorder. This is another disorder. Several substances can interfere with your brain I can't talk, sorry. Will interfere with your brain chemicals that control your moods, thoughts, and behavior. Neurological transmitters and hormones secrete chemicals that govern various aspects of your behavior. Um, the what in the world is this word? Amygdala is your brain is one of the symptoms that governs the secretions of neurotransmitters and hormones controlling your emotions and thoughts. It functions can sometimes make you feel off balance when certain substances cause interference. The most noticed includes the following: alcohol, over the counter medications such as decongestants, illegal drugs like the white girl and LSD, some types of diet pills, certain medications prescribed for attention deficit disorder, Parkinson's, stimulation, and steroids. Some medications and substances will cause anxiety syndromes while taking them. In contrast, others may affect your advertently and cause stress and anxiety after you stop taking them if you become dependent on the mood altering alterations they provide, which lead to substance abuse. Symptoms of substance induced anxiety disorder include the following: becoming paranoid and being on edge at all times, expecting some terrible to take place at any moment, dealing with insomnia and other sleep disorders that prevent you from enjoying a good night's sleep, losing your appetite, or developing stomach pains that will lead to weight loss of focus, becoming forgetful, feeling dizzy, getting the shakes, heart palpitations, hot flashes, feeling numb, and sweating excessively, struggling to stay in control and feelings as though you are losing your mind, thinking that you're going to die. If you develop substance induced anxiety, you must be completely honest about what you have been ingesting: prescription drugs, illegal drugs, alcohol, etc. Be precise about how much and how often you take the substance that have led to your condition. Based on the information you provide, your healthcare worker will be able to make an accurate diagnosis and prescribe a path to recovery. Anyone diagnosed with an anxiety disorder before taking the substance that can induce additional anxiety symptoms will not be diagnosed as dealing with substance induced anxiety. Causing anxiety. Although the exact cause of anxiety are yet to be discovered, some factors have been identified as triggers for mental health disease. We explore a few under each syndrome, and now let's talk more comprehensive look at each one of the known causes that lead to anxiety syndromes. Very interesting. Medical conditions that cause anxiety. Several medical conditions that induce stress and worry are linked to the patient sometimes developing an anxiety condition. Heart disease, IBS, which is called I can never pronounce it. Irritable bowel syndrome, thyroid problems, diabetes. What else? It's a lot of stuff. Asthma and the other respiratory illness. addiction to banned substances, withdrawal symptoms caused by an addiction to alcohol or antidepressant drugs, tumors that can trigger anxiety and mood changes. Last but not least, family history of mental health disorders. Some type of anxiety disorder may be inherited. This is especially true amongst people with family history of mental health disorder, although genetics is not a leading cause of anxiety. Oh, hold on, dropping stuff. Okay, got it. Back. Let's get back to business, and I would appreciate if anybody come in the building, please hit that like button. I would truly appreciate it. Leave a comment down below. Let me know how you feel. Do you deal with anxiety or stress or depression? If you do, put a 1 in the chat, because I know a lot of us do. Where was I at? Okay. The percentage of inheriting anxiety disorder is 30%, with a 44% probability of inheriting panic disorder, and 39% of, I don't know what the hell that is. Agoraphobia? I think that's what it is. Agoraphobia. Anywho, the most likely reason genetics play a role in mental health disorders is suspected to be gene inherited, and with it, a heritage of personality traits. Those traits can be the root cause of some people's developing anxiety disorder rather than a gene containing conditions itself being passed down along generations. Personality traits identify as being more susceptible to developing anxiety, including the following: people with non or very low self-esteem, timid individuals, people who are easily confused or get upset, those who strive to be perfectionists, people who want to be in control find any situation that prevents them from doing so quite stressful. That type of personality trait often leads to an individual being high strung and anxious. Children who display these conditions are at higher risk of developing anxiety later due to their inherent personality traits. I think I should go over personality traits. Let me go over personality traits. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Sorry about that, my beautiful people. I promise. Again, I would appreciate it if everyone hits the like button. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. This channel is over here about positivity, enlightenment, affirmations, devotionals, anything that will perk your life up or help you understand things that may be going on in your life. That's why I'm going over anxiety, because a lot of us deal with anxiety and depression, and a lot of people are dealing with it even more since COVID-19 hit. From being stifled and stuck in the house for so long, people have literally went crazy. But anyway, I'm gonna go over personality traits. Personality traits cause anxiety certainly deserve to be explored more. A state of tension, being nervous most of the time, and being too timid are all characteristics that encourage a buildup of stress, resentment, and anxiety. Let's put some personality traits prone to anxiety into perspective to see if you can identify with any of them. Harboring a resistance to change. A decisive factor associated with anxiety is the fear of change. People diagnosed with syndromes of quite adverse to change routines and losing what is familiar. They rely on familiarity. Sorry, couldn't get it out. To keep their worries at bay and to see a change in a negative light that takes them out of their comfort zone. People display resistance to change as a personality trait are highly suspected susceptible to develop anxiety syndrome at large state. Being an overthinker. Now I know I'm an overthinker. So I knew. I know. Anybody else know that about overthinking? Trust me, it's a lot. It is definitely a lot. Again, let me know how y'all are doing today. I would truly appreciate it. It would make my day. Y'all make my day. Y'all really do. So let me go back. Are you one or do you know one? Either way, you know how stressful being an overthinker can be. Overthink and overanalyze your actions, the actions, and the intentions of others can take quite a toll on your mind. You not only analyze what people say or do, but you start to arrive at conclusions that are not pretty and which may be harmful to your inner peace and sense of self worth and increase your stress levels. Um, Chasing perfectionism. The need to do everything perfectly in perfectionism that leads to anxiety. The desire to achieve perfection is everything you do and spend more time than it is necessary on taking per, I can't get it out. On tasking perfecting them is stressful. It can lead it can easily lead to anxiety disorder because you constantly worry about inadequacy. Due to this type of worry, the stress of perfectionism often evolves into social anxiety syndrome, GAD. And that's what it stands for. A lack of patience. That name. Constantly getting irritated and displaying impatience can lead to anxiety. Being irritable means you are dealing with mood shifts most of the time. You lack patience and are quick to get angry. Both are traits that can lead to elevated blood sugar levels. Oh, excuse me, blood pressure levels. The mind fills with anxiety as you view everything will trepidate and doubt as if you are waiting to be disappointed and let down, leading to an excuse to vent your frustrations. Too much empathy. Mm, yeah, I know that's one of my problems. I can say that with a clear head and clear mind. That is part of my problem. Dropping, dropping my stuff. Sorry about that, y'all. Almost lost y'all. Let's see. Did I mess it up? I hope I didn't. Oh, I didn't. Too much empathy. In short, being a pushover is not healthy in the long run. Quite often, people who with too much empathy towards others end up bearing quite a load in terms of stress and anxiety. They are often taken advantage of and perform thankless favors that build up tension and resentment. Choose to avoid dealing with problems or situations. Avoidance is a common trait associated with anxiety. Most people diagnosed with the condition prefer to avoid situations, events, places, and even people that make them anxious or fearful of triggering their panic and stress. Ooh, I know that feeling. I know that feeling. Um, Avoidance behavior is a good reflection of how someone with anxiety tries to hide away from society and remain in their comfort zone. Having personality traits where you try to avoid leaving your comfort zone and thereby avoiding situations and people can become stressful and lead to the development of anxiety conditions, which sadly only strengthens that person's trait. Ooh, here go a good one right here. Career and workplace related anxiety issues. Just about anyone can relate to a job related problem, and indeed work related stress, and the second highest in the United States. Let's look at the statistics according to the Center of Disease Control, the CDC. Just about anyone can relate to a job. Wait, where'd I go? I did that already. I'm losing my mind. The number of people reporting extremely stressful jobs is 40%. One fourth of employed people in the United States claim that their primary source source of stress they deal with is their job. That's a fact. That's a real fact. If you ain't ever had somebody stay on your back constantly every 2 seconds and want to dictate to you what you should and should not do, and lie and cheat and steal on you, people do that at work too. The number that claim job stress interfered with family life is 26%, according to the CDC in 1999. Now we are 32 years in. I mean, almost 30 years in. I ain't trying to hear it. Most people that claim an increase in job stress over the last generation, and indeed, job stress today is a marked for several mental and physical conditions: heart disease, the development muscular skeleton disorder, or psychological conditions, among which suicide is listed as a probability. Although more research is still underway, the bottom line is that work-related stress is extremely unhealthy and damaging to your mental and physical health. Anxiety and burnout are linked to a job stress and are making and markers for developing mental health disorders. Work that extra hour at the office can lead to unhealthy lifestyle habits, missing out on your lunch, not getting enough sleep. Stressful work environments lead to low self-esteem and mood fluctuations that can follow you back home. Stress can affect your family, leaving you even more distressed over your uncontrollable emotions. Work can build up and suddenly become an anxiety related condition, together with depression and other forms of anxiety attacks. Job stress can be extremely harmful to women juggling multiple roles and dealing with several anxiety issues domestically and at the workplace. Um, let's see. This will be the last one. I have to read this because it's about family and friends. And again, I would appreciate it that anybody that stops by, please hit that like button. I would truly appreciate it. We go through a lot to do this, so it is what it is. Stress caused by family and relationship problems. Now I have to read this. This was a must. Sorry, y'all. Hope I don't bring y'all down too low. But anybody that comes through, I'd appreciate it if you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think. And let me know, are you dealing with anxiety or depression or something that's bothering you, just can't understand what it is? You know that something is not right and your emotions are all over the place. Go seek some therapy. I promise you to help. Stress caused by family and relationship problems. Being in a relationship or managing family can be challenging, and stress and anxiety plays a big part. Several factors cause disruption leading to stress and anxiety within a relationship or family unit. Arguments, distrust, a lack of support, non-proper compromise or give take scenarios, and uncertainty. Such factors can cause a division among the strongest bonds. The rat race or the stresses of modern lifestyle heavily influences anxiety symptoms related to personal issues. Endless to-do lists, a lack of enough quality time to spend with family, health problems, and exhaustion are reasons your personal life is causing you anxiety. It does not mean that that your relationship or your family is difficult or worse than others. Such issues are common among most families and partners. The difference is how the problem are being handled. Next time we will start with emotional and physical abuse. Now, with that, I want to say thank you for everyone that stopped by. Keep your heads up. I'm trying to do the same. I promise you I am. Going through a lot. And I try not to throw it out to the world because it ain't the world business. But I just thank God for another day. I thank God that He blessed me with the people that He blessed me with in my life. And I thank God for my son. That is my shining star in any dark place. I want to thank y'all for stopping by. I appreciate your support. And send some love from me to you and prayers from me to you. Love up on your family. Tell your family that you love them. Show them that you love them. Teach your sons the rules of the road. Teach your girls the rules of the street. That might sound crazy, but it's the truth. Our young ladies need to learn how to be able to handle themselves while they're out and about, because we will not always be there. And it will not always be a mate or a relative or someone there that could stop them from doing things they shouldn't do and getting caught up in the wrong places. So I thank y'all for stopping through. I wish y'all all nothing but the best. I will catch y'all later. And with that being said, this is Stu Queen B out. Have a blessed day, y'all.
I spent so many nights sleeping on me, but I finally realized I'm all that I need. I'm that girl, been that chick, never needed no one else. I've been that bitch, plenty on my line, a couple on the side. Baby, I'm a